And welcome to today's meeting of the Stranraer Common Good Fund Subcommittee. Item 1 is Cedric apologies and my approval of remote participation. Ingrid, can you provide the Cedric for us? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. So we're all on Teams today and we have present Councillor Ben Dashfer, who's the Chair, Councillor Andrew Giusti, and we have Councillor Ingalls, who is in as substitute for Councillor Chrissy Hill.
That's great, thank you. So we're core, and thank you to Councillor Ingalls for substituting today. Item 2 is declaration of interest. Do any members have a declaration of interest or a statement of connection to make? Nope. Moving on is the minutes of the previous meeting, 3rd of September 2025 for approval. Happy to approve. Yep.
Happy to approve.
Thank you, Councillor Giusti. Number 4 is minutes of the meeting of the 19th of June 2025 for approval. Happy to approve.
Happy.
Yeah, good stuff. Thank you. Moving on, item 5 is common good land, proposed lease of land adjacent to Harbours Master's Office, Stranraer. A report by Interim Assistant Director of Transport and Infrastructure. So this item is for the Borderlands 5G aerial at the land, and we've got Colin Freeman with us to answer any questions. Colin, have you got anything to add to the report before we open up?
Morning, Chair. Nothing further to add, and happy to go into any questions.
Okay, thank you very much. So I'll open it up to members. Any questions or comments on this item? Nope, not seeing any hands up. I've got one question, Colin, and I suppose that's just in relation to the use of it in terms of who can use it, whether it's exclusively for harbour users or the general public or such. I see at 4.2 it says the 5G service is for the exclusive use of users of the marina. Is that the case, Colin? Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. That's what we're led to believe, Chair, that it's an exclusive use for marina users only, and they would require to log in and put their details in and then get access to the exclusive network.
Okay, thank you, Colin. I am conscious as well that as this is common good land, we do need to act in the interests of the common good pertaining to for the benefit of the whole of the community. And I'm just wondering how that would sit. And I see, Ingrid, you've got your hand up, so I'll let you in.
Chair, just to inform you that Councillor Giusti's put in the chat that he hasn't got any sound at the minute. We certainly, obviously we do, but he said that he's going to jump onto the laptop and give it a restart, so he might be a couple of minutes before he joins us again. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, I can see that in the chat as well. No, that's great. Thanks, Ingrid. And I don't know if you can assist on that one, Ingrid. Can you maybe just in relation to the criteria of the common good for the interests of the community, perhaps?
Yeah, so certainly in terms of travel, connectivity and infrastructure, so one of the key things there is that people have access to services that are modern, efficient and responsive, and digital connectivity supports thriving rural communities. But obviously in terms of the common good, generally it would say that it's for the benefit of the inhabitants of the Stranraer area. So that's kind of two-pronged, if you like, I think.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It says council has a legal obligation to have regard to the interests of the inhabitants of the area to which the common good related when making any decision about common good land. So I suppose I'm just wondering how that balances alongside what Colin's just said about it only being for users of the marina and having to log in and things, you know. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I'm happy to approve it, but oh, I see. Yeah, I'll bring him Oliver in. Thanks.
Thanks, Chair. If you're happy with it, I can pick this up with the Borderlands 5G team and say this was one of the concerns of the committee when it met, and what are the opportunities in the future of broadening its access, if that's acceptable.
That would be great, thank you. Maybe just some clarity around that would be much appreciated. Ingrid.
Yeah, I mean, if members wanted to make a decision today, and obviously it's in the hands of members, but it could be a condition that the use may be wider, and that's maybe the conversation that Oliver could pick up.
Colin, got your hand up.
Thank you, Chair. In Appendix 2 to the report, the group set out what the benefits to the community would look like, and they've listed that they enhance the marina development, the water sports hub, museum redevelopment at the George, redevelopment of the East Pier, and the Marina Research Centre. So I think that they've intimated that the network would benefit and enhance the connectivity to the wider community.
Mm-hmm. Yes, no, thank you for that. I think just going on what Oliver said around seeking clarity from Borderlands, you know, if we approve this today, I'm happy to approve it, but if we can maybe just, if Oliver can reach out to them just to seek clarity around the users of the internet facilities, and whether it is exclusively just marina users or if it is indeed all these other locations which Colin just listed. I think that would be good if members are content with that. Okay, are there any other questions or comments before we go to the recommendations? Nope. Oh, Councillor Giusti, I see you're back. Do you have any comments on this item?
I'm sorry, Chair, but I imagine we're just on the only item we had today, really.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I've got no questions. Sorry, I lost sound there. The laptop decided to restart and kick things out. I'm back and we've got call again. No, I've got no questions.
Okay, thank you. So I'll move to the recommendations. 2.1, we've noted the land to be subject to the proposed. Oh, Councillor Ingalls, sorry, I missed your hand there.
No, you're okay, Ben. Sorry, I didn't mean to interfere here, but I'm just wondering. It says in the paper it's specifically for harbour users. So is this a specific benefit that they get through their fees for using the harbour, that they get sole access to this internet facility? Is it a benefit to them, that, or like, I'm trying to understand why it specifically says it's for harbour users? So would a harbour user log in and pay maybe £5 for the time that they're there to use that connection, and that's why it's not opened up to wider groups? Does that make sense?
Yep. Oliver, can you help with that one?
I think Councillor, thanks, Chair. I think Councillor Ingalls is exactly right. I think it's a benefit that the harbour users sort of pay for whilst they're there, and it's sort of going to be used by the harbour master, I believe, to sort of give early warnings of sort of any issues, any obstacles in the water. They need to be aware of any sort of forthcoming inclement weather. But I think it's wrapped up in Stranraer as part of a wider offer on the 5G that they're trying to roll out. So it's not just hopefully limited to the marina users. I think there'll be other ones as well that will give a bit of a wider coverage. That's my understanding.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks, all.
Okay, thank you. So no other comments. We'll go to the recommendations. So members are asked to note the land to be subject to the proposed lease, and we've noted the additional information supplied by the applicant. We note that there's been no responses to the public consultation, unfortunately, and we've considered and agreed the proposed terms of the lease as detailed at paragraph 4.5 and paragraph 4.6. So we're happy to agree all the recommendations. Okay, thank you, members. Moving on, item 6 is any other business deemed urgent by the chair due to the need for a decision. I've not been notified of any other business, so thank you for coming along very briefly, members, and I will see you in our next meeting, which is in November. Oh, Councillor Giusti, got your hand.
Hi, Chair. Thanks for that. Chair, it's not so much any other business, but just to make folk aware that we've got some issues with Christmas and this Christmas light switch on. I think by the sounds of it, it's going to be pretty rushed this year. It's just to make sure that officers are working to try and fix that. just because I don't want the community backlash to come on us in the committee if that does happen.
Yeah, but I'll bring in Ingrid in. There was a report on the lights to the last meeting of the Common Good, but obviously we weren't quorum. This meeting that we're having today, I understand, is a sort of emergency meeting of sorts, or an additional one due to the timescales of making a decision that we just made today. And the Christmas light reports is going to the one in November again. But I'll bring Ingrid in just to speak to that issue and the community and the work they're doing around the community lights and stuff.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Yeah, just to assure members that we are doing everything that we can to make sure that we're supporting local groups who want to take forward the Christmas light switch on. We are unfortunately bound by, what needs to be put in place in terms of getting funding applications heard, but we have been working in the background along with colleagues in roads, etc., to get road closures, etc., in place in time, and we'll work speedily about getting money out the door too.
Yeah, thank you, Ingrid. Andrew, does that help provide some reassurance?
Yeah, I think Ingrid knows what I was thinking anyway. I was just making sure that the wider committee or the wider officers, etc., knew, and that it was all on rest.
Yes, no. Thank you for raising it, Andrew. So I've not been notified of any other urgent business, so that closes today's meeting, and I'll see you all in November. Thanks, members. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.